a brand for yourself. And this while being aware of what is happening around you. Yes, we are all in a very, very unusual situation today. But if you look at the last few years and even going forward, these kind of situations, I hope we don't have a similar situation ever again. But small little ups and downs are something that keeps happening around us that changes how the economy around us keeps changing. So, how do you prepare yourself for that? That's exactly what we are here to do today. Again, I see some of the mics unmuted.
Excuse me, ma'am, you have been muted.
Dr. Mamata, your mic is muted.
You're mute. You're on mute now, Mamata.
Thank you.
Yes, I think the host kind of muted everyone. Okay, okay, now, right?
Sorry, Mamata, I just
Yeah,
got
you-
in as the host, so
Host,
I'm muting everyone except you.
yes, please.
Okay, can everyone hear?
Yes,
Yes.
am I audible? Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I see Edwin, Bing, Stephanie. Okay, you've unmuted everyone. Now, just because you're unmuted doesn't mean I don't want to hear from you. I really want to hear from you all. So use the chat, please. Okay. So we're going to talk. I'm so sorry, Murli, but someone's mic.
Still on, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Stephanie, I think. Ah, okay. Yeah. So please use the chat and respond to me. Have you all heard of the gig economy? Yes, no. It can just be a Y or a N in the chat. So Valerie says no. Thank you, Valerie. What about the rest? Okay, no. Yeah. So it's not a academic session or a technical session, and I'm not here to tell you anything about economics. It's just to tell you how the workplace today looks like, what kind of different opportunities we have out there. And what does it mean for you as hospitality students? That's what we are here for. The bulk of the session, of course, is going to focus on personal brand. Have you all heard of this term, personal brand? Medina, I hear you. Thank you. Have you all heard of personal brand anytime? Again, Valerie says no. Thank you, Valerie. You're so quick. I really appreciate it. Okay, some of you say a yes, so that's good. All right. Okay. And what I'm going to focus on towards the end is how you can use social media. All of you use social media, right? I'm sure. So how you can use social media, something that you're very comfortable using to help build your brand, and also about, why the brand. I will introduce some tools to you which you can take home, work on it whenever you have time, set aside 15 to 20 minutes with a nice hot drink and complete that activity. That will actually help build your brand. So yes, I have circulated an activity document, but I'll be happy to share it's a Google Docs. I can happily share the link with all of you later on. Download that document. You cannot edit. Download that document, complete it. If you want reviews, if you want me to comment on it, you have all of your faculty here as well. If you want them to comment on it, please send it to them. It's like a work in progress. So that is the outcome from today's session, for you all to complete that document and come up with a nice, beautiful, personal brand statement. Okay? Mike's and mute, please. Thank you so much. Um, yeah. So this is not like a recipe book, which means I cannot tell you, April, do this, 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 or Valerie, do this, this, this. It is for each of you to kind of reflect about yourself, think who you are, what are your values, what are your beliefs, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. I'm giving you the tools, but you have to do the work to actually complete the document. So that's why I say it is not, but it is more of a reflective and a discovery session. Yeah, okay. So any questions, etc., like I said, feel free to type in the chat. I'm sorry, I had to stop sharing the screen. Froze a little. Yeah. So any questions, you can keep typing in the chat, anything at all, and I can address it while we go through the session. You don't have to wait till the end of the session. Like I said, I want to have it like a discussion. Okay, so this is what it is, gig economy. What does it mean? Well, gig, gig, it's like a small little piece of work or a task. Okay, you invite people, you have a club, you have a pub, you want to invite someone over on the weekend to do a gig to entertain your audience for that evening. That is a gig. I do adjunct teaching for SPH. That is a gig. So basically flexible work which you take on a temporary basis, freelance, maybe that I will work when I am free, when I have the time, something like contract work. It is not full-time work. It is work that you pick up as and when needed or on demand. Now, this has been there for a while. It's not something new. It has been there. But something has changed around us. And with that, it has suddenly become a very big thing. Can somebody tell me what has changed to make gigs very common these days? Part-time work has become so common. Anybody? What has changed? We had gigs earlier. There's something we didn't have before. Exactly. Thanks, Fred. Yes, app-based business modules. Yes, flexible work, time, infrastructure, technology. Yes. So broadly speaking, it is the technology. So many apps, businesses that are run out of apps. And what this does is it's inviting people that as and when you're free, you can offer to deliver your services. And people, as and when you need a service, you can go book it on the app. This has changed, and that is one reason why we're seeing so much of gig economy. Now, the COVID-19, the situation, the sad situation that we are all in, what has also happened with this is suddenly there is a demand for some new jobs. Delivery. Everybody is doing online shopping, ordering groceries online. So you suddenly need a lot of people now to do delivery. So this is shift in that sense. And that is why we also call this as on-demand or sharing economy. Okay, so that is broadly your gig economy, the delivery people, the food delivery, the food panda, the Uber, the Grab bikes, all of these are related to gig economy. This is in addition to the traditional gigs where you could teach part-time, where you sing part-time, and so on. Yeah. So yes, we also call this as on demand. That is, as and when there is demand, some jobs are created. Some jobs got shut down in this COVID-19. Yes, some have shut down, but then some new jobs have come up. Why do we call it sharing economy? It's basically that I have time I'm ready to offer services. I have my car, which is just sitting there, so I'm ready to drive people around in exchange for some cash. I have an empty spare room, so we have Airbnb. I'm going to let it out. So that is why we call it as a sharing economy. So this is what is happening around us. And the forecast, the prediction is that it is going to increase. By 2025, there are going to be a lot of jobs, even in the hospitality sector, that are going to revolve around the gig economy. What does this mean for all of you? Well, it means there's a new set of workers, the gig workers. It could be, an additional work for you to get some pocket money. It could be a passion or a hobby that you're always working on, but now you can actually monetize and make some money out of these small gigs. So there are a lot of reasons why people would get involved. Or you're out of your full-time work, COVID, the hotels, the restaurants are closed. You're only, there's no dining. So a lot of jobs have kind of disappeared. So for all those people, they can pick up other gigs. Okay, so that is what has happened for gig workers. Some of the reasons based on studies why people take up gig work. It helps balance. You'll see a lot of people, retirees, who have retired but now feel that, oh, I can still do something. Women who have just delivered, who want, to balance work and family. Extra cash, people with hobbies. The millennial generation, folks like all of you, this generation has kind of decided that my life is not going to be about one career. I can have multiple careers. I'm great at singing, so I'll start recording my songs online using one of those fancy apps. I am a full time chef, so yes, I will go to work. And I also like talking about my work, so I'm going to have video logs. So there is so much that you can do, and each of these can work like a gig and can also be monetized, which means you can make money out of these. Yeah. But you should be aware that there are pros and cons. Is it easier now to balance work? Chad, personally, if you ask me, yes. I think it is having work in your control. What time you choose to work, how many hours, working in areas of your passion. It gives you a whole lot of options and opportunities. But it also requires a lot of self-discipline. If people already in gigs, if you want to add on to Chad's question, please feel free. So I feel it is great, but I've had to be very, very disciplined about it. That this is my work hours and so on. Now, in terms of pros and cons, when you look at it from the business point of view, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. We are not here for that. But businesses also encourage gig work because it helps them reduce costs. I would rather have 10 adjunct lecturers than have, 10 full time because that's heavy on the payroll in terms of expenses. But what about the gig workers? Benefits, like I said, flexible hours. I can pick assignments when I want to. Let's say I'm writing a book. I want more time. So I'm going to reduce the work hours or reduce the gigs that I'm going to do. Passion. I suddenly discovered that, hey, you know what? I want to sit and write posts on LinkedIn. That can drive my work. Mute your mics, please. Thank you. But so we know the positives. There are some negatives, and that is something you have to be aware of. Somebody's mic. Alicia, I think it's your mic. Yeah. So while we have that, the disadvantage, anybody aware of what are the disadvantage? Is that you don't get that regular income. The end of the month, the salary getting credited, your bonuses, your benefits in terms of dental or medical benefits, you don't get those perks of being employed full time. And the COVID situation, Murali, can you please help me? Uh,
Okay.
Alicia, thank you. Thank you so much. So the COVID situation has kind of revealed uh, that these benefits are also important. Or if everything's fine, it's fine, but suddenly you're sick, you can't go out for your gig because you don't have income from there, and you don't get any benefits. I'm so sorry. I'll have to stop. Alicia, are you there? Okay, better. Thank you. So yeah, you don't get those benefits, and sometimes in times of sickness and all, you realize that these benefits are also important. So that is something you have to be aware of. However, after this pandemic, or it's still on, the US is leading initiatives to make sure that even the gig workers get or can sign up for some kind of benefit. So hopefully that is going to go all over the world, and we might have something there for the gig workers. So what is the impact on travel and tourism? Now you have two pictures here. The one on the left showing where all, if you look at the tourism customer journey, the life cycle, what are the different things that are happening that can be influenced by, or that is impacted by, the sharing economy. One area we see the lot of search that we do online before we book our holidays. That in itself is a gig economy. One of you can take up that. I travel, you like to write about it, you like to post your reviews online. You would have heard of social media influencers. You can take up that kind of work. So the review platforms basically serve as a sharing economy. There are some businesses that actually pay you for writing these reviews, even if it's honest or they want you to sell it, whatever. But that's part of the business. So there is quite a bit of impact in the travel and tourism industry. The picture on the right showing you that at least 50% of that industry can be done or is going to be affected by the sharing economy. There's another thing that you all need to be aware of being in the travel, tourism, and the hospitality industry. It's an industry that is very, very sensitive to the economy around. So for you all as hospitality students, it's very important to be aware of what's happening around me. How's the market doing? Is it recession? Is the market great? Is the economy doing well? People's disposable income? Because all of that immediately, the first thing it affects is your industry. So this is part of that exercise. Yeah. So, okay, we know now all of you know what gig work is all about, gig economy is all about. So, what does it mean for you? There are a lot of things on this picture here, and each one is very important for you. The first thing, if you see, it says brand matters. Yes, who you are. How do people know you? How do you showcase yourself to the world? What do we know about April? What do we know about Chad? What do we know about Dr. Fred? Who are they? That is what matters. The first thing people do, you're going to meet someone tomorrow, you're going for an interview tomorrow. What do you think? What is the first thing that we do? Yes, Princess. Communication also. The first thing we do, I don't know if you all did that for my talk today, but we see a new name. The first thing we do is complete it for me. What is the first thing that we do when we hear of a new name or we are going for an interview about the company? Anybody? Come on. Yes, Tunga, great. You Google. And Google basically tells you about your online presence. April Ravindu, yes, you search. So we Google, right? And that online presence of the person comes out. That is also your brand. Start building a portfolio. Very important. So portfolio is, oh, sorry. So portfolio is not just your CV. It's not just your CV or your resume. All of you are doing one great thing. You're out there to get an education, get a qualification. That is primary, right? But to add on to that, to strengthen that, you have to have a few other things, and that is what we call a portfolio. Models. Models have a portfolio, which means a set of their photographs that they carry around with them. And these photographs are in different situations, in different outfits, with different expressions to show that they can, really present themselves in different ways. In the same way, for all of you as hospitality students, you have to have a portfolio. And it could be, yes, I'm great. F&B is my forte. Maybe running F&B is my forte. But I also like to cook. I also like to blog or vlog about my recipes. Add these things, and that becomes your portfolio. Collaboration, communication. Communication, one of you said, thank you. But collaboration, how can you work together with a team? That is also an important skill. People want to know that you can work with different teams. They can take you from one team, one business is shut down, but they want to move you to another business, work with new set of people, learn things on the go, be a quick learner. Those are also appreciated. Soft skills. That's one of the thing I told you, what we're here today. Personal branding, communication, negotiation, problem solving, interpersonal skills. What all you learn, the skills that you learn as part of your program. Those are all soft skills. That is over and beyond whatever education you're actually getting. Yeah. So that is the emphasis here. How can you build that brand? So, question time. Do you all have a favorite brand? Now, it does not have to be any of the brand here, but just some other brand. What is the brand? Just list out the name of the brand. Yeah, Xiaomi, Huawei, okay, Uniqlo. Yes. Now, second part of the question. Why? BMW. Okay, Lucy. Why is that your favorite brand? There is something. When you think about that brand, there is something that comes into your mind. Excellent. Thank you all so much. Trendy, unique, Tunga, thank you. Dependability, popular. There could be 100 reasons, right? Each of us has a certain reason why a certain brand is your favorite brand. Yeah, so just hold on to the thought. It is very easy for us to think of brand when we think about a product, or when we say brand, we think of a particular product. What about these people? Do you recognize these people here? Do they have a brand? There's something about them that comes into your mind, right? Yes, Bing, you're right. Yes. And the Formula One guy? Come on, none of you know the Formula One guy? Okay. So it's positive, negative, doesn't matter. Each one has their brand. They are not only, no, Chad, not Alonso. Come on. I asked my son to give me that who is a Formula One star that people will know. No, Fred, come on. So this is for the younger generation. I asked Hamilton, and then my son said, no, he's for all the old people. For the younger people, it should be him. I'll have to go back to my son now. None of you recognize him. Daniel Ricciardo. Okay. So we've known as individuals to be brand ambassadors when they advertise for other brands. But remember, each of them has a brand, their own brand as well. Yeah. Now, if somebody's picture I'm going to flash, I want you all to be ready. For each picture that I put up here, you know all of these people, okay? For each picture that I put up here, I want you to describe that person in 3 words. Exactly 3 words. Clear? No sentences, nothing. Ready? Okay. First one. 3 words, that's it. You can describe yourself. So, Fred, you're open to describing yourself also. I don't know what guapo means, but yes, I get kind, funny, smart, awesome, kind, case study. Fred, case study. Okay, smart, awesome, funny, executive. Okay. So, Fred, if you pick up the 3 words that were mostly told about you, where I see friendly as one, smart as one, kind as one, that basically is your brand that people are seeing. I don't know if that is what you want to convey, but people definitely see you as that. Oh, goodness, who is that? Okay, ready for the second one? Okay. Jasmine, is this for Murali or you're still with Fred? Okay, inspiring, kind, come on. Handsome, okay. Quick, we need more. Otherwise, we don't know who Murali is. Helpful, friendly. You need more adjectives now. I need something new. Hardworking, okay. Murali, lot of handsome. So that's the brand that
That's
Murali
from
is
my
conveying.
team, all the ACAT team.
but that's what you're projecting. Okay. So if you all have some negative adjective, you can send me a private message. Okay. Okay. Ready for the next one now? So who all know him? You know, I tried very hard to look for a fun picture of Barry. But his social media is like very, very clean. I got only this professional serious picture. Yes. But I'm sure Barry is more fun than that. Grouchy. Barry is not here, right? Funny, sarcastic, lovely. Okay, Eric, great. Okay, so I will ask these people a question later. The last one. Take some cues from the picture as well. Mics on mute, please. Balut, oh my God, I don't know what these terms mean. So can you please tell me in English? Clever, sarcastic, professional. So Ravindu, okay. Craig, adventurous, okay. Tall guy, responsible. Balut is favorite Philip. Oh, okay, thank you, Gleason. Thank you. Okay, so you see, each of these people, they are your lecturers. They are who you see mostly every day, right? These people also have a brand, whether or not they are working to showcase that. It is their behavior, the way they walk into the classroom, the way they teach, the way they deal with you when you're late for a submission or when you're plagiarized or something. All of that behavior says something about them. That is their brand. So if they have a brand, then you all have a brand as well, right? And what is that brand? What words do you want people to say about you? So when I say April, what words do you want people to say? How do you want the world to see you? What does the world need to know about you? I'm being very specific here. What does the world need to know about you? They don't need to know everything. I went for a party on the weekend. We have all those wild pictures. That's for me. That's for my friends. That picture can be shared in a closed group. The world does not need to know that. My potential employer who's going to give me a gig does not need to know about that, right? So be very clear. Identify what are the 3 words that I want people to call me. That is your personal brand. Yeah. So knowing who you are, we don't pause. We don't pause and say, okay, come, let me think, who am I? Am I kind? I'm enthusiastic, I'm inspiring, I'm energetic. What am I? We don't do that. So it's time to sit back and do it, because once you know that, you have an identity. So I'm going to pause here, and I'm going to invite whoever is here, Murali, Fred, whoever is here. What would your identity be? If I were to ask you, what is your personal brand statement? What would it be? You can type it or you can unmute and speak, whatever. So taking that identity, taking these words that you want people to use for you, combining that with in a nice, beautiful sentence, that is your personal brand statement. But be aware, and that's what I said. Sometimes I feel that, oh, I'm very confident, but hello, people are not seeing that I'm confident. Nobody used the word confident for me, which means you're not acting according to that. You're not showing confidence in the way you talk, in the way you walk, in the way you write, in the way you text, or in the way you email. Yeah. So act accordingly. Okay. So Fred has come up. Learning process facilitator through inspiration. Wonderful, Fred. So all the students here, this is an example for you how to come up with that beautiful statement that captures your identity, who you are, what do you value most. So Murali is saying a motivator who facilitates learning. Excellent. So take all that, come up with that statement that can go on to your LinkedIn summary, your WhatsApp status. Make sure when people look at you or even think of you. So when I think Fred, I think, wow, he's so inspiring. He's so ambitious. He's very passionate. He wants to try out new things constantly to make things better, to help students learn. What do you want people to think about you? Okay, so capture all that. The tools that I share with you will also help you do that. Thank you, April. So, Fred, that's for you. So, knowing yourself, your identity, your talents, your strengths, your values, beliefs, and there are tools for all of that. Don't worry. So, this is the tools. This is the Google Doc. Somebody already told me that you looked at the document, you found it useful. Thank you. Like I said, go here. You should be able to download the document and complete. So there are a few tests here. It's called a 3-word test. That is what we did when I flashed all those pictures and I asked you to describe them in 3 words. I'll just quickly take you through these tests. I'm not going to explain in detail. The document that I shared will tell you what the test is about, will tell you, give you instructions on how to fill up these activities, and in the end, how to arrive at arrive at a personal brand statement. Okay, everybody, okay so far? Are you all still with me? Audio clear? Everything fine? Great, thank you. Any questions? Okay. Any questions? Like I said, feel free. And I see people having fun on my screen annotating. That's okay. Okay, thank you, April. So the 3-word test is about use 3 words to describe yourself. Go to your peers, go to your friends, go to your classmates, your associates, your colleagues. Ask them to describe you in 3 words. Go to your boss, or for students, go to your teacher. Ask them to describe you. When you see this, you'll see, oh, like I gave the example before, I thought I'm a very confident person, but how come the world does not see me as confident? I thought I'm very energetic, but how come the world doesn't see me as energetic? That is what comes across when you do the 3-word test. That is, we want to project some image, but the world is probably not seeing it that way. So what am I doing wrong? What are the areas I need to fix so people can see me for what I am? And what from all these words that you get. This is not a difficult exercise to complete, right? Very easily done. And from this, pick up the words that capture what is unique about you. What makes you, Daniel, special? What makes Daniel different from John Paul or from Rose? That is what we want to arrive at, because that's what your employers, your potential employers want to see. How are you different? How are you unique? And there's one tip that I want to share with all of you, okay? And I'll ask a question here. All of you, what is unique about you? Just type whatever comes to your mind, the first thing. What is unique about you? Okay, Tunga says thoughtful. Excellent. The rest, nothing unique. Okay, multilingual, Valerie. Persistence, talented, awesome. I love these adjectives. More. Cheerful, spirit, open-minded, okay, skill. Okay, so did you see a pattern in what you all just did? All of you found one thing that is unique about you, okay? If I were to say just walk away from this presentation with one message, it is this. It is always a package that makes you unique. It's never just one thing. Eric, how is procrastinating your unique or distinctive about you? At least your employers don't want to know that about you, okay? So remember this. It's a package of things that makes you unique. When they're branding Coca-Cola, it's never just about one thing. It's usually a set of things that makes you unique. If it is straightforwardness, like Medina says, it's very easy for a lot of others also to say, well, I'm straightforward. How does that bring about the unique you? But Medina's education, her experience, her personality, other characteristics, other strengths that she has, all of that put together makes her unique. So try and again use maybe 3 words or a sentence that showcases the unique or the distinctiveness in you. Okay, so next time I ask what is unique, give multiple things. Who is Medina as a package? Who is Eric as a package? Eric, not just procrastinate. You have to add a few more things to that. Okay, that makes you the package, Eric. Got it? And act accordingly. If you want people to see that you're straightforward, Medina, yes, you're going to be like that in your day to day, in your interaction with people. You want to showcase that if that's what is important. The pyramid, that's the second activity on your sheet. What this does is says, I love you to reflect. It's a lot more deeper than just those words. Deeper in the sense, what are my values? What is it that really drives me? Do I need money? Do I need recognition? Do I want the feel good factor? What is it that drives me? List all of this down. Reputation. What kind of reputation do I need? Who am I out to please? My employers, my peers, my family, my parents, the society? Who? Behavior. What kind of behaviors do I want people to know about me? And that's some of the things that you said, the confidence, energetic, enthusiasm, my straightforwardness. That is a behavior. Skills and strengths and image kind of contributes to everything. But the key thing here is the things at the bottom of the pyramid are things that you can work on, are things that you can develop, that can change. Values, drivers are usually things that are inbuilt, that come from our upbringing, our own experience. So that's pretty much there. That's pretty much your core and your identity. So knowing that matters because you can use that to kind of build that brand that we are talking about. And remember, don't forget, all of this is so we are ready for the new economy around us, for the workspace, for the career that we are planning. These tables, I'm not going to go through, they're just an explanation of what the pyramid is all about. So they will help you complete that activity. I'll share the slide deck with you. The third one is the canvas. So here, everything comes together in one sheet. So in one screen, you look, and by the time you fill up all of this, you know who you are. You know, okay, Stephanie knows this is what I am. And you can pick a few things from all of this to come up with your personal brand statement. Murali's and Dr. Fred's statements were good, but they were still limited to maybe 3 or 4 words. No harm. You can write up a nice little 2 or 3 line statement. Your LinkedIn summary can be 2 or 3 lines, right? So pick these things from each of these areas. Sorry, anybody has a question or accidentally unmuted? Fred says he will write a case study. Yes, I know. And Fred, word limit is 20 words for you. That's it. So use the canvas then to come up with your personal brand statement. Again, the table is just to explain what the statement is. So that's the activity about the Google Doc. There are just 4 things for you to do. Link is also here. I've also shared it in the chat. But what I want to see, and I'll be very, very happy to see all of you come up with your personal brand statement. I've given my email at the end of the document, so complete your statement and send it to me. It's a work in progress. It's not like your final examination, so you don't have to get it right the first time. But it's a work in progress. You can keep building on it, but share it with the peers around you. Share it with your lecturers here, so they tell you what they think about it and if you can make it better. Yeah. So once you know it, you used it, leverage it, put it out, see what you get. So yes, you've done come up with a personal brand statement, but you now have to look and sound the part. Luckily, all of you are in the hospitality industry. You get a lot of lessons on the importance of your grooming. How do you dress? How do you walk? How do you stand? How do you talk to your guests, customers, and so on? So I picked these pictures. All of the pictures are from your Facebook. So I don't know if these students are here. But yes, all the time, be aware of that because you are your own brand ambassador. Whatever you do, you're going out, you're sitting in your classroom, there is an assignment deadline. Have you submitted it on time? If you have not submitted it on time, how are you approaching the lecturer? All of this reflects your image, your social media usage. What kind of posts you like? What kind of posts do you put up? Whose comments do you like? All of this also says something about you. So it's time to look. Okay, what am I doing? I'm on Insta. But all pictures I have on my Instagram, oh, these. Are they consistent with the brand that I'm trying to position? Oh, maybe not. So I will have to make little bit of adjustments to my social media. That's the idea. Emails that you write. You want to come across as authoritative, assertive. Write your emails in a certain way. You want to come across as very passionate about what you do. Use those nice terms in your email as well, in the way you talk, in the way you use your eyes to express. And all that I'm saying, some of you might say, but I don't know how to do that. I don't think I can talk like that. You know what, folks? We all have Google. We all have YouTube. It's all about YouTube. If you know what you're looking for, you can easily find it. Agree with me? But it's not just about finding it. It is about learning from there, and it is about practicing. Practice. Start off with your friends. Start off with your family. Start off with our best friend, the mirror. Start off with the mirror. From there, you take it to your classroom. You have wonderful, fun-loving lecturers who allow you to experiment in the classroom. Try it out there. Yes, and get better at all of these. All of these are skills that you can learn. That is another takeaway from today's session. But for that, you have to first recognize, oh, what do I need to fix? You don't want to go fix everything. Everything's not important for you. Yeah? Be very focused. So look and dress, your interaction, the way you interact with the taxi driver or the receptionist when you go for your job interviews, how you shake hands, how you greet. Do you look people in the eye when you shake hands and greet them? All of these are you, your brand. Okay? And your social media profile. Don't forget that. So again, image styling. I know Didi does a fantastic job here. Yes, there's a lot of learning that you all get. Apply it on a day-to-day basis, but try and find out your own style. What works for you? What color really makes you stand out, makes you feel confident? Use that. What hairstyle works for you? Don't try and copy people. Not necessary. Develop your own style. In fact, the advice I always give people is have a signature style. And what I mean by a signature style is something that is very, very unique about you. Something that anybody else cannot carry off. Right? You know, Fred always has that scarf around him. I know he's cold and that's why he has the scarf, but who knows? Maybe that is his signature style because I've not seen anyone wear a scarf like that. Ladies, you can have that, you know, if you're into scarves, you can try out all the multiple scarves tied in different ways. That can become your signature style. And you know, I learned this from my son. He's 17, going to be 18 soon. So he has this. He's not a tie person. He's into bow ties, but he's very specific. He wears bow ties of Star Wars or all the favorite movies and characters that he likes, and he makes a statement. So bow ties and socks, you know, are very important for him. That's his signature style. So that we try and discover that. So you walk in and people say, ah, that's Didi, that's her style, and so on. Okay, so people recognize you, and it's positive. Okay, Fred's scarf is getting a lot of attention now. Now, all of you know, I'm not going to spend too much time here. We can do or have another session on communication, but I know you all learn about it. That there's always that non-verbal, right? Non-verbal communication, more than what we say, the way we stand, the way we look, the way we greet, and I mentioned all of this. So just be aware of all of that. There's a lot of videos on this, even on this on YouTube, so you can look and check. Okay. Now coming to the last part of the session, okay, social media. Now tell me, what social media do you all use and the extent of your use? How much of social media? I'm not going to rebuke you, you know. Today I'm saying you're using it, great. You're one step closer to building your brand. WhatsApp, WeChat for communicating, okay, FB, what else? Instagram, Facebook, Wattpad. Wattpad is new for me. Okay, Facebook, Instagram. What else? Anybody? Okay, Viber. Anybody a TikTok person or a YouTube person? Yes, Daniel. Me, there you go. So why didn't you all say TikTok first? Okay, so Facebook is great. Yes, we've been using it. So yes, that does depict your profile. LinkedIn for the professional purposes, and you know, for the more serious stuff. Twitter, okay, great, thank you, Twitter. But you have these other social media that's very new, and for all of you, I'm sure you know far more than me, and I'm probably more of just Insta, Facebook, and LinkedIn. But for the rest of you, those TikToks and all are so new. What I'm saying is, you spend so much time on these platforms. You already have a huge connection, a network on these platforms. I think one of the slide earlier I missed to mention your network, your friends, your connections. that is an asset. These are people who are going to tell you what's your demand, what is your brand on social media. Go ask them. Okay, excellent. Anjali already says she uses Facebook as advertisement. So recognizing what social media you use and using that to brand. So purpose, you all said you use it for, communication mainly. But now I'm saying think. How can I use my social media to also position me as a brand? Because my potential employer is going to Google for me. He's going to reach my Facebook profile or my videos. How do I want them to see me? And like I said, some of the stuff everybody does not need to know. If I have very strong political views, does my future employer need to know that? No, just think about it. That is what we call digital literacy. Today, all of you are very tech savvy. You know how to use, but I need you to be a little judicious about how and what I need to really put out there. Which groups need to know what? Think about it. Okay. Okay, Stephanie, you're already doing that. You're using both YouTube for DIY stuff and stuff. Yes, that is excellent. That is one way for you to build your brand. So start thinking that way. But think, how is social media actually projecting me? If someone doesn't know you at all and is only going to Google you, what words are they going to use to describe you? Think about it. So build that fan following. I'm going to show you a few examples on the next slide. But like you said, workouts, people love. They're all in lockdown. Everybody's looking for workouts that they can find on YouTube and start seeing. Yes, everybody's looking out for recipes. Everybody's a baker today. Everybody's making bread and cakes at home. Perfect time. If you're all good in that, start blogging, start doing your videos, figure out which which social media works best for the people you are trying to reach. If it's seniors, maybe some other social media. If it's really young people, then what social media do I use? And these can all be linked very easily. The same content can go out from consumers of digital content. I want you all to become creators of digital content. The moment you create your content, it gives you a lot of confidence. It allows you to showcase your brand so people know you. People who know you, but people who don't know can also find you and say, wow, I like Stephanie's videos. And then word of mouth, and it goes viral, and who knows, Stephanie can be running $1 million business on workout videos, right, or cooking videos. So do a quick assessment before you all jump that, okay, ma'am said I can use social media. Yes, do a quick assessment, what you are reflecting, what you want to reflect, and is that what is going. So you recognize these the TikTok video. Now, I didn't know about this, to be very honest. I had to ask my children, and they gave me these examples that this lady apparently put a TikTok video of her dance and it went viral. And then she took that and moved on to a proper YouTube channel for her dance videos and now has a great presence, is being invited on talk shows. Anybody recognize this lady here? Anybody? Really? Wait, I hope I'm getting, I'm typing out her name. Yes, Charlie D'Amelio. Go Google about her. Go Google. It's a very inspiring story. And it is just one TikTok video. Okay, now you should recognize this kid over here, right? Who is the kid? Mike's unmute, please. Who is this kid? Anyone recognize this kid here? Again, go Google. Yes, Ryan. And you know what? He's a millionaire already. He makes like $26 million. That's his worth. All from YouTube videos. What did his parents do? From when he was 2 years or 3 years old, they started capturing videos of Ryan when he used to open gifts. And that's it. He was a very expressive kid. So those videos kind of went viral. And they leveraged that. And today he's a millionaire. They're making money out of his things. And so now he's being endorsed. He finds his names on all his toys and so on. It's as simple as that. Create original content. Okay, let's forget 26 million. Maybe we can't all do that, but we can use it to build our brand, to showcase who we are. Yeah. And it can become a source of income also for all of us. Social media influencers. Have you heard of that? So, teenagers are being invited. Can you visit our club or something? Not teenagers, maybe, young adults, to go to a club to start taking pictures with, with the club name in the background because they know that you're going to go and put it on Instagram and then your following is going to follow that and they will want to go there and so on that. And social media influencing is also becoming a paid job, paid gigs these days. So as and when you go, if you have a great following, you can go and show those employers, look, that's my YouTube channel. I have so much of fan following. I can come and your drinks are probably given free. Yeah. So use all of this happening here and think it might not be a TikTok video for me, for you. Maybe it's a serious writing for you. You're a blog writer. Whatever works for you. Maybe photographs for you. That's it. Then you leverage Instagram. Yeah. So pick a media that works and use it to build your brand for those little gigs that you can do. Okay, my main job is affected. I might not get work in that area, but I can do a lot of this while I'm at it. And all of this is not stuff that you have to take off work and go learn for 2 or 3 months. No, all of this is things that you're already doing. It's just doing it with a little more focus, being a little more aware, and then getting on to the favorite activity that you all do. Okay? Yes, the warning is important. Be very careful of what you put out there. There are a lot of success stories, yes, but there are a lot of stories that have gone wrong. Either by writing stuff, that can hurt people, that can hurt some sentiments. So be judicious. That's your digital literacy. In fact, my suggestion would be if you're shy, get over that shyness. But if you're cautious, then be cautious. Send out whatever you want to put out to someone to ask for views. Do you think this is okay? This portrays me in a correct way, or this is not going to hurt someone? Do that. Or maybe start off in small groups where people understand you and know what you're trying to say. So take all those precautions, but it's something that can work, something that will help you all build a brand. So that's it. Know yourself, spend that time getting to know yourself. This is a perfect situation. We all have that time. Flaunt your strengths. Don't be shy about it. It's your strength. Remember that package that I talked about? That is you. So show that. Accept what your gaps are, weaknesses are, and go find, those tutorials and the YouTube videos to help. Very important. Take pride in who you are and what you do. That is the most important thing. If you start taking pride in what you do and who you are, it automatically shows in everything that you do. Dress the part. Be aware of what you're wearing and how you're carrying yourself. And yes, last but not the least, use social media to build your brand. That's it. I have for you. Wonderful. You all have been very great audience. I saw a lot of input and responses on the chat that helps me going. That's my email ID. If you want to know anything, you want to discuss, you want to brainstorm, you want to share, you can always reach out to me on my email. Okay. So from my end, I will share the deck with all of you. You'll have the deck. You already have the document and the Google Doc link. Feel free to share it with me. But apart from that, any questions, any comments, anything to share? Happy to have any kind of discussion on this. Yes. The floor is open. All onto you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Happy weekend to all of you too. All right, great. Yes. Okay. If you think of something later on that you want to talk about, I've shared my email. You know how to reach me. You can reach me through all your lecturers as well. I had a great time. Thank you, Murali, for organizing this session. Thank you, Fred, for being a sport. We discussed you and your staff quite a bit. So that's it. Over to you. Murali, I'll hand it over to you for if you want to have any closing remarks. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful Saturday.
Thank you, everybody. I'm not going to say anything more.
Thank you. Thank you.
A great session, and we will have more of this. We'll be in touch. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Will you share the document online, the PPT?
Yeah, we will send out the recording and the PowerPoint slides to you via email.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.